Hello everyone and welcome to another Little Nightmares video, and oh boy has it been like an early Christmas for us with all the new Little Nightmares 2 content. That's right after I uploaded my demo playthrough, Little Nightmares Twitter dropped a brand new Halloween Little Nightmares 2 trailer, and my gosh, I was gobsmacked by everything that I saw. And yes, you can tell from the title that we're going to watch through it and we're going to break it down and we're going to do it all together and find out what's going on, and as we do on this channel, theorize about what we find out. But before we get into it, just remember there will be the possibility of little spoilers from here and there regarding Little Nightmares, so just be prepared. But with that being said, let's get into this trailer breakdown. So, from the moment the trailer starts, we see Mono actually get swept into the long corridor we see from the first trailer, and what was teased through the 15-minute gameplay. He seems to have got there through a TV. Interestingly, I'm more inquisitive because there's a particle effect as he enters, and it's the same one we see surrounding the Thin Man in the other trailer. This could well be something that happened to Mono every time he enters the TVs, or it could just be before he meets the Thin Man behind the eye door. We then see Mono and Six going through what looks like an abandoned building. Here we see a broken TV with a floppy silhouette made of clothes. This is something that seems consistent in Little Nightmares 2, where it looks like people are drained, similar to that of the Cell from Dragon Ball Z, where nothing is left but their clothing. As it continues, we see Six and Mono crawling under a ground tunnel. Then we see them in what looks like the second chapter, as we see lockers in the background. Oddly, we see a similar toy duck as the ones that we saw in the demo. I wonder if this is going to be consistent in each chapter. Suddenly, Mono is caught off guard by what looks like a swinging light, and he literally goes flying. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Anyway, now, this part is extremely interesting. It looks like another part of the hospital chapter with x-rays on the wall. The one on the left looks like some kind of stuffed bear with a key inside. Could this be a possible hint to where we may have to find the key to unlock a door? Or was this the Doctor's twisted way of trying to find children who were going to escape? I guess we'll have to find out February 2021. Just then, Mono turns on the x-ray machine and we see both Mono and Six's skeletons. This is surprising as a teaser that was released on Little Night's Twitter shows how Mono actually has a bigger skull to Six, but comparing it on the x-ray machine, they seem to look both normal sized. After we see them showing off some new awesome game mechanics of how we'll be able to dive underwater to hide from the dreadful hunter, and the part where they come out of the elevator into the hospital chapter. Straight after this, we see something so strange that we have never seen in the Little Nightmares universe before. It looks like a hologram child, but not just any child, a maid child. If we zoom in on this and take a look at its arms and legs, we can see that they have the same structure as the created ones. And yet again, we see the same particle effect we have seen on the Thin Man, Dark Six and Six after she consumes the lady's power. If we slow it down, it actually looks a little bit like leaves, not to mention that the hologram looks like we are looking at it through a TV. Could there be a correlation between the TV world and by Mono constantly using them to transport? Is he upsetting a balance between the Little Nightmares universe and the TV portal ones? Next up, we see our friendly hand, definitely not our friend, come out and play, and a cool angle of Mono walking up towards the camera with his awesome trusty hammer that we got to see him using the school chapter on a long dull-haired child who seems like they were ready to pounce on him. Luckily, he had the hammer in hand. If we look in the background as this is happening too, we can see another short-haired child doll jump off the top of the lockers, probably in hopes to catch Mono off guard from behind. In this next part, we see another game mechanic we are familiar with in the Little Nightmares games. Mono pushes the TV off the side to elevate 6, who looks like she isn't in her iconic yellow raincoat yet. We also see another similar game mechanic from Little Nightmares as 6 pushes off the metal trap to hoist up the noose so she can use it to be brought down. Mono just casually popping off the old lady in the attic's arm, and then we see Mono actually be set up by one of the school children, and what seems to be led into a trap. The hammer is conveniently placed in the middle of the lockers, but as Mono tries to grab it, we see the locker fall on top of Mono. Luckily, the locker is open and we see 6 run over to help him as the locker wriggles, and the cause of the fall is revealed: a school child. Also, note how 6 is not wearing her coat in this part of the school chapter, plus she looks horrified after witnessing what she just had witnessed. Here is where the trailer really amps up the speed. We get to see the Doctor in all of his glory, well, glory if you can call it that, and how he reacts to 6 in Mono after the demo is cut off. We see a lady near the TV with a strange smoky swirl coming out around her as she stands there paralysed by the hypnosis of the TV signal. But what's even creepier is it looks like it gives us a front view of her face, and wow, she doesn't have one. It looks like it's been distorted and almost melted, as you can kind of see lips that resemble a duck-like face. As the trailer moves further, we see a lot of people stood twitching it with deformed faces too. The one on the front to the left kind of reminds me of the famous painting called The Scream by Edvard Munch. But we've also seen this face elsewhere, and it is again another painting that was on the mall. Truth be told though, Little Nightmares definitely wins the award for creepy. Ah! Oh my god! Really? Oh, is this the process of the people before they evaporate into nothing? The TV signals seem to affect more than just people's minds. It seems to affect them physically by deforming them. We then get a shot of Mono stood behind them looking at them all from behind. I found this scene really unsettling because in this tiny shot it looks like Mono is physically tired. He has his head slumped down as he reaches to touch the TV. You can see the long corridor that looks like the same corridor we saw at the start. We then see the shot of the Thin Man standing up and a new shot of the Thin Man reaching out to touch Mono as Mono is running away on the train and the Thin Man is nearly catching up to him. The Doctor then bursts through the open door chasing Mono and 6. I find him very interesting as he is crawling constantly on the ceiling. This makes me wonder why, and if maybe he is unable to crawl on the floor for some reason. I also think that he may have been experimenting on himself to cause himself to looking at the way he does now. Next we see Mono running through what looks like a TV store, and people banging on the window outside like starved zombies. Could this be because Mono had just switched off the power to the TVs they so desperately crave? The guy on the right even starts to go after Mono too. We then see the scene where Mono is running down the hallway, and we see in the hospital demo where all the created creatures start trying to grab him, bursting their hands through the doors, and unfortunately for Mono, one of them is successful. This part we see the hunter shoot at Mono as he is climbing to escape, and Mono is saved by him hitting an old dangling TV. As he shoots this, we see a bunch of leaves bursting out from the TV, suggesting that the TV has been sat there for some time. At this part, we get to go back to the hospital chapter, and a creature again successfully grabs Mono. It's still a mystery to me on what they will do with him after, seeing as when you chuck the ball to them, they end up throwing it back, and I don't think Mono would get the same fate though. I guess they could be used as traps to take anything they catch, like Mono, back to the Doctor perhaps. We then get to see another exciting glimpse of the teacher, who looks like she has her eyes and ears peeled looking for Mono, who, unfortunately, is bunking class. It's nice to be able to pause this scene and slow it down to look at the teacher close up, and see her eyes actually do have emotion. Her neck seems to be able to stretch very far distances, and it looks like we'll have to be extra quick to escape her. In the next scene, we get to see how those deformed humans may not even be human at all. They all look partly recreated. Taking a closer look at their faces, it sometimes seems they are sacks, similar to those we have seen on the moor. They walk very strangely and aimlessly, but keep one characteristic in sync with all the others, and that's they really dislike intruders, especially children like Mono. I don't know about you, but this game definitely is up the ante on fear factor, especially compared to Little Nightmares 1. It's hard to see exactly where we are in this scene. It looks like as if it's some kind of supermarket by the tins and boxes of food, but then we see towels there too, and TVs stacked, which we see Mono use to escape the people chasing after him. We get a quick glimpse of Mono getting caught in one of the hunter's many traps. It looks like the hunter set these out to capture whatever he gets in his path. After this, we see the doctor make a not so happy sound as he stretches out from the ceiling to overturn the table Mono was hiding under. It looks like hiding won't always be the best option in Little Nightmares 2. More like run for your life. It just cuts off as he grabs Mono. We can note here that Six is in fact wearing her yellow raincoat. After this, we see the Thin Man teleport in his creepy manner, and one of the gasping moments in this whole trailer is Six getting grabbed through the TV, and interestingly enough, it looks like the Thin Man's hand. What's crazy is that it looks like the same clip from the first trailer we see where Mono is covering his eyes because of the hands placed on the TV from the inside. This kind of makes me wonder if the Thin Man grabbed Six as they both went through the portal and grabbed her before she was fully out. Or was it just the Thin Man teasing Mono, using Six as bait to get Mono to come through to him? I wonder if the clip in the last trailer is Mono making the decision to go back through the portal to save Six from the Thin Man's clutches. The big questions now are, will Mono get to Six in time? This all depends on where about in the timeline we are. If this is a prequel to the Moor, then we know Six survives, but has dark powers, which could be the cause by defeating the Thin Man. If this is a sequel to the Moor, then we could be the cause of the statue, and Six and the sticker. Consuming the Thin Man's power will overload her and will consume her, and she will not be able to control it. What if Six is the one to end Mono's journey, or vice versa? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this analysed trailer video. Thank you for watching, and if you think you've got any idea of what I missed, or if you've got any ideas of your own, make sure to drop a comment below. And with that being said, I would like to take a quick minute to thank the members of the channel. The extra support really goes a long way, and they are the following: Mr. Dragon, Greenapple Gaming, NierNione, Jessica DeHaro, Newly New, Corvus, Elena, Kris, Pyne, and DF. Thank you guys and gals so much. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me in today's video and theories. With that being said, there's going to be more content coming out, so make sure to hit that subscribe button with the notifications on. Remember to drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you the best morning, day, or night, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next theory video.